Okay, so I'm here with Phoebe Parker Shames. Phoebe, would you mind just introducing yourself and what a little bit about what you're studying here right now at Hopland Research and Extension Center?
Yeah, my name is Phoebe. I'm a graduate student at UC Berkeley, and I study the ecological outcomes of cannabis legalization. Here at Hopland, I'm conducting field experiments on how wildlife respond to light treatments that mimic growing lights that are used on outdoor or greenhouse production sites.
It's pretty amazing stuff. I'm interested, you're studying what different species are affected as well and how they might be affected?
Yeah, so I'm looking at how large mammals, small mammals, bats, birds, and flying insects respond to light treatments.
Gosh, and Phoebe, am I right in saying we're in one of the plots that you're going to be making this study
We
right
are.
here?
So we'll have a central light, an LED grow light that is similar or the same as what a grower would use on their site at a central point source here, and periods of treatment and control where the light is on or off, surrounded by an array of monitoring equipment, camera traps, acoustic monitors, track plates, and insect traps.
Excellent. Phoebe, it sounds like this is a fairly new area of research. Why do you think this kind of research is important to California and perhaps even to the US?
Well, we've seen with legalization a huge increase in cannabis agriculture and a lot of different ecological debates and conflict and different strategies for coexistence that have emerged around this sort of booming new agricultural industry without a lot of research to guide some of those policy and management practices. And so this is a really critical moment to have research done, especially in areas where cultivation has traditionally or is increasing in cultivation now.
So, maybe just to expand on that, why is Hopland Research and Extension Center a great site for your study?
Well, Mendocino is a part of sort of the Emerald Triangle, which is one of the largest growing cannabis producing regions in the entire world, let alone in California. And so it's a site that has experienced a lot of land use change and is sort of central to a lot of these debates on best practices in cannabis agriculture. And so being located in Mendocino is a really important sort of factor in selecting Hopland Research and Extension Center. It also has the outreach capacity to engage the community on a lot of these topics, which is really important for applying this research to the real world and to actual decision making. And then it's also a space that is ecologically similar to where a lot of producers are growing already. And so when I'm doing trials here, it's a little bit easier to apply that to real world scenarios. Mm-hmm. And then finally, it has the capacity and the interest in conducting research. And so not a lot of other sites would be feasible to host this sort of research.
Excellent. And Phoebe, I think I'm right in saying that for your study, you were able to access the funds to support continuing to do work here. I know other researchers sometimes struggle with that, and that's one of the reasons why we've opened up our Hopland Scholars donor account to allow our local supporters and those who might care about the work that gets conducted here to support researchers in accessing the site and continuing to do studies. Would you have anything to add on that? Why do you think that's important for folks to be able to access those funds?
Yeah, accessing funds is extremely difficult. I spend far more of my time than I would like grant writing. I think that's true for a lot of students, and I'm lucky in that I actually got many of those grants, but other students can spend just as much time and not receive those funds. And so that's what enables us to do this research. And much of the work that we do at spaces like this are designed to be useful to community, to livelihoods, to industry, and so it's really important to have that basis of knowledge.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, and I hope that yours as an example of a study will encourage folks. I certainly feel myself committed to wanting to support the research that goes on here and the folks like yourself who do that work. Thanks so much, Phoebe.
Yeah, thank you.